Hi, this is our third movie review so far. It was basically about, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago, basically,
hmm
that we started our first one. And we try to basically put these out, weekly, if possible, when we can. But we're probably, just to our viewers, to our loyal viewers out there, we
All 39 of
all
them.
39 of you, or whatever. I can't believe there's even that many, quite frankly. I think that must be some sort of a lie or a hoax or something. There's no way 39 people could be watching this, right?
I
Is that
just
impossible?
refresh it and then go through it
Can
like
you go
a
through
thousand
it?
times.
That makes much more
No,
sense.
no, it's not that. You can't do that.
Oh, okay then.
But anyway,
But,
we reviewed Zardoz,
which is from the 70s.
which is from the 70s, and then we reviewed Iron Eagle,
Which is from the 80s.
which is, the gung-ho 80s.
80s, exactly.
And then now we're reviewing the 90s,
90s.
which was full of Disney ripoffs.
Disney ripoffs, things like that, yeah. And, of course, Disney Renaissance was about, basically, from 1989 to about, I want to say 97, give or take. 97, close to 2000, something like that. It was the Disney...
Well, yeah, it was like
Disney
10 years of Disney Renaissance, about 10 years.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people tried to...
With, the Lion King included right there. The Lion King included in that bunch right there.
Yeah. Everybody tried to cash in on, Disney's success.
Yeah.
With movies like Quest for Camelot.
Yep.
And A Troll in Central Park, which
were both actually from Warner Brothers also, by the way.
But, of course, these are the only two that I can find right now.
At this current moment, you show us examples.
Yeah. But there's a whole bunch of bad Disney, especially... Now there's a whole bunch, like, there's that Video Benquedo, which is a Brazilian company, but they are a low-budget, crappy company that makes Pixar films today, but this was actually, like, huge companies.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers
and stuff, and, yeah, I know, and basically, and then again, too, also, Warner Brothers also did this movie as well, which was Swan Princess, which was available by our sponsors, Netflix Instant Watch.
Though, of course, it's... I have the VHS of the second one, but not the first one. So.
Yes.
Whatever.
Which is interesting, because apparently Netflix Instant Watch does not offer the second one. So if you want to get your hands on the sequel to Swan Princess, folks, you better go on eBay, because it's going for a whopping $1. So you better get that, buy them, get them fast.
Of course, plus shipping. But
plus shipping, which is $3. I mean, $3, add up to $3. Or something, who knows.
But anyway, there's a whole bunch of great Disney classics, like The Sleeping Beauty and Snow White and Pinocchio, and those are the older ones. But then there was the 90s Disney Renaissance with The Lion King, Little Mermaid, stuff like that. But then,
Aladdin,
there was Aladdin, but then there was stuff that were trying to knock it off.
Yeah.
Like The Swan Princess.
And in the movie, there's a lot of prime examples that they're stealing from, the classic Disney stuff. Like, the whole thing it was very much like a sort of a Sleeping Beauty. I would say more so a Sleeping Beauty than anything. I think that I saw as sort of like, okay, they're blatantly ripping this off. Like, as the main thing that I noticed. Like, I think from that particular story.
Well, it's like you can't really help it, because it's like they try to make people watch it, so then they try to make what's popular at the time.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, now it's like they have to update Transformers with rapping robots.
Exactly.
And, of course, back then they had to update their animated movies with Disney, because Disney was so popular, they tried to jump on the bandwagon.
So, okay, we're going to make this like a Disney movie, so we'll take stuff from all these Disney movies and sort of make it our own. Just something that's never been done before, something they've never done before, which is the Swan Princess, the sort of story... that story, about the girl, turning into a swan.
Well, of course, it's based on Swan Lake.
Swan Lake. Yeah, Swan Lake, that's what it was.
Of course, it's not word for word the Swan Lake, which kind of helps because, that doesn't do that well. But
exactly.
But, of course, now let's watch The Swan Princess.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the movie starts out with a king named William, who, of course, like most royalty, can't conceive a child.
It's quite horrible. It's quite disastrous.
But then one day, I guess he gets a girl named Odette.
A strange name, by the way. I think it's just a little strange. The name's Odette because it doesn't seem like a very common name. It seems like a very out there name. Like it's not like all the other. Well, we look at all the other princess names, right? There's Jasmine. There's, I mean, or even not princesses necessarily, but you know, there's Ariel, there's Al, you know, mainly female stars. There's Alice, but Odette seems to be a very like I don't think I've even heard that name before, like ever really, like that name Odette.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Like it's a very sort of like I don't know.
Of course, I
think it's a bad name. To all those people named Odette out there, I don't mean to offend you, but I just think like I've never heard that name in like any sort of. Well, read much of it. Like, it's not, like, a very, like, common name, I don't think. It's very sort of, like, I don't know. It's just kind of, like, out there.
It's very French.
It's very French. Yeah, it's very French, I think.
Kings and queens came from all around to offer their gifts to the child. Among them was the widowed Uberta and her young son, Prince Derek. It was then that William and Uberta happened upon the same idea. Derek and Odette would be brought together each summer in hopes that they would fall in love and join their kingdoms forever.
And of course, we're introduced to the villain of the picture, Rothbard, played by Jack Palance.
Stonewall Jackson was trash himself. Him, Lee, and all the rest of them Rebs. You too.
You're a low-down lying Yankee.
Prove it.
No, Tory.
And of course, he's not happy about the new princess being born, and so he wants to take over the kingdom for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Of course!
Of course, Rothbard gets captured before he can take over the kingdom.
And he's banished forever. The end.
No, it's not over yet, Kevin.
Oh,
it's not.
What? But he's banished, right? I mean, that's it. That's the only way to get rid of a villain. You have to banish him.
And so the king promptly banishes Rothbard. But
Exactly.
of course, but, you know, you just let him go, and of course, you know, he's just gonna be like, oh, I learned my lesson, and just go on and go somewhere
And
else.
I'll never come back ever again. And you can't even imprison him first of all. Like, you don't even think about imprisoning him or anything, or giving him a life sentence first
Yeah,
of
it's
all.
like, just bury him in the prison.
Life sentence
It's like,
or something?
but no, I'm just gonna
I
banish
gotta
you.
banish you.
Bye, go
Bye.
plan against me,
Whoa.
and go come back. I know, it's not like you're gonna come back.
It's not like
in
you can
the
come back and
future.
learn magical spells and try to take over my kingdom or anything. So see ya, goodbye. Nice knowing ya.
I'm not finished with you yet, Willie. Someday, I'll get my power back. And when I do, everything you own, everything you love, will be mine.
Many feared King William too kind. But in time, the threat was forgotten, and all hopes turned to that not too distant summer when Derek and Odette would meet.
You're late.
Sorry, sir.
What's the threshold of the H2 molecule?
14.7 electron volts.
Third brightest star in Orion.
Viewed from where?
Earth.
Gamma Orionis or Bellatrix, if you prefer the original Arabic name.
Not bad. Now, give me a hug, Katie. That's an order.
I wasn't expecting a pop quiz.
Just wanted to make sure all those pips haven't made you forget you're a scientist first.
How could they? I still have nightmares about your fractal calculus final.
Wrong movie. Or should I say TV show?
But that was the same actor as the king.
Yes. Fun fact, folks. He was on Star Trek Voyager. See? You did learn something from watching this. You thought you wouldn't, but you did.
You learned that the same actor was in an episode of Star Trek Voyager for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Wasn't that cool?
There's still some work to be done, but once the sawdust clears, I think you'll be impressed. Voyager may not be as big as a Galaxy-class ship, but she's quick and smart. Like her captain.
And who might this strapping young man be? Young Prince Derek, no doubt.
And so, of course, Odette and Derek meet every summer And we're introduced to our first musical number.
Derek. Hello, Princess Odette. I'm very pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you, Prince Derek. Yuck. I can't believe I'm stuck with her all summer. Oh, but she doesn't wrestle, hunt, or box. He looks conceited when it's total bummer. If I get lucky, I'll get chicken pox. So happy you could come, so happy to be here. How I'd like to run. This isn't my idea of fun. The children seem to get along quite nicely.
We'll join our lands if this arrangement clicks.
My dear King William, that's my point, precisely.
It's such good parenting.
And politics, so happy we agree.
I think we've got a deal.
Derek's quite a catch.
This is my idea.
This is my idea
of a match.
And such fun.
These songs are so bland.
I know, they are very bland. They are quite bland.
Good heavens, child, don't dawdle. We can't keep Derek
Oh look, Pippi Longstocking.
I haven't packed or washed my hair, and Father, I get seasick.
At least they still get fleshed out interactions. I mean, most movies, they just go, you know, oh, we meet once or twice and
then,
fall in love.
Fall in love, and that's it. It did show them, like, over a period of time, like, years and years and years go by, so I guess the opening montage was, I guess it was kind of good, I guess.
But it'll get worse over time.
It will.
Just you wait.
Will. Just you wait, folks.
Just you wait.
For as long as I remember, we've been told we'd someday wed. Every June until September, all their pushing and annoying hints.
I've got bruises with their fingerprints.
I can do much better, I am sure.
He's so immature. I see him smiling and my knees start buckling. I see inside him and my doubts are gone.
She started out as such an ugly duckling, and somehow suddenly became a swan. Arrange the marriage.
Wait.
What? You're all I ever wanted. You're beautiful.
Thank you. But what else?
What else?
Is beauty all that matters to you? Derek? What else?
What else is there?
What else is there? Is that the worst pickup line ever?
I think it is. And I think if that one line pretty much shows that he's basically a shallow asshole who only cares about looks. And that's it. Nothing else. No personality here, folks. Just looks. That's all he's after, and that's all he's interested in. Just like most men. Heyo!
You should write a book. How to offend women in 5 syllables or less.
They make a crappy movie about that?
I think they did. And I think something tells me that crappy movie starred Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, man. Ugh.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And we all know that pretty much every movie he's in is pretty much gold. More essentially, more or less.